How you doing, Brian King, UK Flooring TV. Today we're over at Ardex UK North in Stoke-on-Trent. We're joined by technical guy, Gary Haig. How you doing, Gary?
All right, Brian. Morning. You all right?
Our very own Dan Jones. Okay, Dan?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Today what we're doing, we're having a look at the Roll single bucket mixing station, which is the Roll RO30 mixer holder. First impressions, I must admit, I saw this at the Floor Skills Open Day. I thought that looks good and handy. Finding out the price, it's about 195 quid. I thought, oh, it's not worth that money. But after getting one and using it for a couple of weeks, I can 100% say it's definitely worth it. Do you use one, Gary?
Yeah, we've used one on demos. If you've got 10 people in front of you that are trying to, you want them to concentrate, you put that mixing your products, behind you. You can still engage with the people that you're training.
I found, especially working on your own, you can get a mix on the go while you're pouring a mix out and spreading it, and then literally you just, when you've done that, pour the liquid and powder in the bucket, swap it over, start spreading that while that one's mixing.
Yeah.
And also the big thing I've found as well, we're using one of those whisks. I don't care how old you are. After a few minutes of using it, you always start getting backache. With that, you're not even holding it.
Yeah, they're good products. Yeah, they're back savers, time savers.
And it's sturdy, isn't it? It's proper heavy gauge metal.
Oh,
You're not going to stand on it in the back of your van and bend it, that's for sure. It's got a height adjustment here as well, hasn't it? So you set it up to your specific mixer.
Yeah, the depth of your whisk from the bottom of the bucket.
So you can do some of that, so you can set that up. So where would you have that normally, Gary?
You just want it so it's half an inch off the bottom of your bucket.
Yeah.
I have it set about half inch from the bottom of the bucket, and I have it set up in the van, so it's just strapped to the back of the van, so I can just lift it out and use it.
Yeah. And it fits any mixer, does it, Brian? What?
Well, the thing, see, with these reviews, Dan, we give an honest review, which we talk about the positives, and we always try and find some negatives. The only negative I can find about this is, I think when it was like made and invented, I think it was just made for one certain whisk. Like the whisk you've got there, it seems really sturdy, and
they have a collar underneath.
Yeah, the bracket fix is perfect. My whisk's quite an old whisk. I've had it years, and it's a cheap one. And my friend's got the Roberts one. So you get the pad. You get a little pad with it, which grips.
Yeah, it's got like a collar on your machine, and if it's too small for the holes, they give you a piece of rubber, don't they? Is it over there, Brian?
Yeah, there's a photo of the rubber.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can fault with mine and the Roberts one, the pad wasn't quite thick enough. So it did the job, don't get me wrong, it did the job, but if you're pulling it about hard like us floor layers do, it kind of weren't as sturdy as I'd liked it to be. So what I did, I got a hose off a car radiator, cut a little bit off, put that on, and it's perfect. It's really clamped in, you can't move it, you can pull it and it'll not move. So as a negative, I'd say the pad what comes with it could do with being a little bit thicker.
Once you've got it in attached, though, you're not taking it in and out all the time.
No, once
you can store it like that, can't you?
It's got the bolts to tighten it right up, and once it's in, it doesn't shift.
Yeah, I just think the one on mine, the collar's smaller than the one on yours, so I've tightened it to the maximum, and there still was a little bit of movement. So the pads what come with it could do with just being a little bit more thicker.
It does seem to work better on corded machines than it does on some of the cordless. Yeah. I haven't tested it with all the cordless, but on certainly the two cordless ones I had, there's a little bit of wiggle room.
What's this? I'll ask a question while we're here. What's that for?
That's the end of your Hoover. It sticks in there and just takes all the dust away.
Yeah.
But I've been using it for 3 weeks. Absolutely love it. Absolute brilliant tool. First impressions a bit expensive, but after using it, it's worth every single penny in my eyes. And it's distributed by GmbH. They're the company that sell it, and the manufacturer's Roll.
Roll, yeah.
So Gary, who are GmbH?
So GmbH are a preparation company from Southampton. They they distribute floor prep machines for concrete prepare and wood sanding machines.
So Gary, who Roll?
Roll are the manufacturer of the flooring preparation machines, and GmbH are the distributor.
Distributor, yeah. Gary, why would you say use one of these just instead of holding the mixer?
Well, if you're working by yourself, Brad, you can be having, if you've got 2 buckets, you could be having one mixing while you're putting the other one down. So if you're using a faster setting product, for instance, or even a normal set and the sun's out, you can keep that wet edge on your products. You're not going away, stood there mixing, while your product's drying on the floor. So you can have one mixing while you're putting and spike rolling the first mix.
I know one of your fast setting compounds. What's the time on it when it starts setting?
It's walkable in RX K55 fast. It's walkable in 30 minutes and you can fit on it from 60 minutes.
Right, so by the time you've spread that, gone and mixed, not to mix up, the edge could have started setting.
Yeah, you've only got a 10-minute working time.
Right.
Because it is, it's a very quick product. So ideally, get another mix going while you're putting that one down and you're not hanging about.
Yeah, so by the time you've literally poured that on the floor, you can get another one in with it.
I'd say another benefit, because I don't use things like this all the time, but the times I have used it, the problems I've had is I've stood the mixer up in the bucket of water, walked off with the thing, next thing crash, the bucket of water's over the floor and tipped over. With this, you put it straight on the bucket and it's pretty stable, isn't it? You can't make a mess with it really.
Yeah, at the end when you've mixed your last bucket, I just put it straight in the water.
Spin it off.
Yeah, and like you said, it's sturdy in the bucket of water, ready to clean. Right, should we knock a couple of mixes up and see how it does? Yeah. Right, we're going to give it a whirl, see how it goes. What compounds are we using, Gary?
First compound we use is RX K55 Fast, our new fast setting smoothing compound.
What's the working time with that, Gary?
You've got a 10-minute working time with it.
Yeah.
And it should be dry to walk on within 30 minutes.
And when can you actually lay on it?
From as little as 60 minutes, depending on thickness.
Right.
So 2 to 3 mil, 60 minutes. Any thicker, just a little bit longer.
Did you say this is the one that can have a different amount of water? 4 to 4.2?
Yeah, so the water ratio is from 4 litres to 4.2 with this product. If you want it a little bit thicker or it's full down and make it a little bit runnier.
Let's turn this.
So basically you can leave that while you're getting the next bucket to burn.
Yeah.
And we're using K40 floor.
Yeah, K40 floor.
Why using a different screed, giving it a quick wash, get the compound on.
I give Gary a quick wash as well.
So you're getting that next mix going while Gary's pouring that. Gary, that's about 5 minutes. So now what you could do if you were continuing that, it's within the 10 minutes you can get it straight in, but yeah. Right, so straight on the next one.
So this one's the K40 flow. This has got a 2-hour walk on time with fit LVT as little as 6 hours.
So I mean, this is ideal if you're on your own as well, isn't it?
Perfect.
Yeah. You've got to a 35-minute wedge, so you can go away and get them different mixes in. But let's say with the roll mixer, there's no need.
No, I noticed there's not much residue around the bucket. It's actually mixed everything,
No,
hasn't
it
it?
does. It actually gets a lot of the powder mixed up as you go. Yeah.
It's always good to swill the bucket before the next mist as well, isn't it? Get the powder out of it, anything that's left.
Yeah. Well, if you think you've got adhesive residues, and if you were using that fast set, they can be already going off in the bucket.
Yeah.
So they'll start contaminating your next mix.
So basically, well, so far, how many minutes have we got on the camera there, Brian?
8 minutes.
It's 2 bags down and mixed.
Yeah, and we've not, you know what I mean, we've just
Yeah,
plod
well-
on really.
And we haven't tried to go fast.
No. Well, definitely a big time saver, especially if you're working on your own.
Yeah. Well, if you're working by yourself and you've got the big 3 bags at one time, that can be hard to manoeuvre.
Yeah.
Up steps, round corners, down corridors,
Yeah.
into little toilets. So if you've got three buckets, all prepared with your water, just move it from one to the next, take
Yeah.
that, mix one.
You'd feel confident
your
mixing in the house with that as well, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
next to no mess whatsoever.
And on like domestic, like kitchens and things like that, you're not taking your 4-bag or 3-bag mixer in. You just need a single.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not taken over a 4-bag mixer. It's used for the things it's good for, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean you'd never replace your 4-bag mixer with one of them, but it's a nice little tool to have as
extra
well as.
tool, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd definitely recommend it.
And also the Ardex products, we definitely recommend them, wouldn't we?
Absolutely. Right, Gary, thanks very much for inviting us down, and thanks for showing us how to use this.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. And also as well, the K55 Fast, what's it been?
We were actually stood on it in 20 minutes,
And it's been half an hour.
but from half an hour, we say from half an hour, depending on site conditions.
Brilliant. Also as well, we've got a couple of giveaways. We've got one of the roll mixer holders, what we're giving away, along with a KHR beanie, KHR t-shirt and Ardex bucket. So if you just look out for the post and how to enter that, that'll be coming out in the next day or two. Also as well, Gary, you've given us an Ardex t-shirt, an Ardex beanie,
Yeah.
Ardex hoodie.
Covered hoodie, beanie, t-shirt, and the famous red bucket.
And we'll do that as a second prize. So there's a few things to give away there.
So thanks KHR for that, and thanks Ardex for looking after us today as well.
Cheers.
No problem. Good to see
Thanks
you
a
all.
lot.
Yeah.